All right, as promised, we've got Rajdip Gupta, the founder and group CEO at Route-Mobile, here to talk about their quarterly numbers in greater detail. The stock is on a tear in today's trading session as well. Thank you so much for taking time out. Now, let's get straight to it, because for FY23, you had guided for a revenue growth of 60%. For 9 months, it's been an 86% growth. Were you conservative earlier, or do you think that Q4 will be muted, and are you revising the guidance?
Sorry, I'm not able to hear you very clearly.
Mr. Gupta, is my audio clear now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was talking about your revenue guidance. You've grown 86% in 9 months and you had guided for a revenue growth of 60%. Are you going to revise your estimates, or do you think that Q4 will be a little bit muted?
Good morning, everyone. I think guidance of 60% is a very good number, and we really want to overachieve our guidance. And for it is very important to give a conservative guidance and overachieve. And I think, I know the numbers are already showing a great growth, but we will still stick to 60% growth guidance. But we are definitely sure that we are going to achieve more than 60% this year.
You already have, because for the last 9 months you've already grown 86%. So one is wondering whether you were conservative earlier, or you think Q4 is going to be muted.
So I think you need to also understand the market mix. Like Q3 is always the best quarter for Route-Mobile, and it is a trend we have seen from last so many years. And Q4 is almost like the same as what Q3 is. Based on the current run rate, I think definitely we are going to achieve over 70% for sure. But if you want to take that as a guidance, you can take it. But if as a company I want to stick to 60% plus growth, when I say 60% plus growth, it can be 75% also.
This kind of a linear trend to continue without getting into specific numbers, because we are in January 2023. Next 3 months, the next financial year will start. As we look into 2024 and beyond, do you see this kind of a strong growth momentum will sustain?
So definitely yes. I see as we speak right now, I think it's a combination of 2 acquisitions which we have done in past quarters. I think it's a combined revenue of those 2 acquisitions as well. If you talk about financial year 23-24, probably our growth guidance is going to be definitely between 25 to 30% rate.
Sorry, I don't get this one wrong. You have guided for 60% and you will beat that guidance. Now what you're saying that going forward, your guidance, which is 60%, you will bring it down to 20 to 25%?
Yes, exactly, because it's a combination of certain acquisition which we have done in last quarters. And if you take that in consideration, combined revenue of the Route-Mobile is going to be about 3,400 crore. And even if I just give a guidance of over 25% on that, we are talking about over 4,000 crore revenue guidance for the next financial year.
If I look at your peers, they've reported a very different trend. I'm looking at not the absolute number, I'm looking at the relative comparison. What your peers have reported is that they've reported a weak revenue growth, but a strong volume growth. These are typical signs that there is going to be either pricing pressure or competition will intensify. Is that true? Is that the trend for the industry?
Not at all. I think as I said, Route-Mobile is a global company, and we work in 20 different markets, and we are not dependent on one single market. And then competitive intensity in the market where we operate, we are in certain market we are very large as compared to other competitors. Our growth is coming not only from India, it is coming all the way from Latin America, Africa, Middle East and Asia. And I think we are very well positioned right now, closing certain deal with operators. And this particular coming financial year, we would love to focus more on operator deals for a long-term basis, so that we have a very clear guidance about our revenue in future. We are already working with multiple banks all across the globe, and we are very sure that the more number of banking customers going to be as a part of our portfolio will add more volume growth and revenue growth to us.
Okay, so that's the plan as far as high volume growth and revenue growth goes, focus on diversifying geographies as well. Now, you talked about one acquisition. What I wanted to get a sense from you, because this has been said in the past, you will also look at inorganic growth in a big strategic way. Is that still on the cards, or do you think the change in macros, especially what's happened overseas, could result in you maybe slowing down or pressing the pause button?
So right now, I think we are well focused on how to create a cross-sell, upsell opportunity within the companies which we acquired. And there are certain products which we are building in-house, and it is a very unique product we are building, which we are going to launch on 27th February in Barcelona. This is a unique product which is going to solve or mitigate the risk of digital fraud. As we speak, the number of digital transactions is increasing day by day. At the same time, digital fraud is also increasing. And it is not the problem of country like India, but I think it's a problem of all the emerging countries who are facing right now. We are trying to build a solution where we can give some kind of insight to banks or fintech companies or wallet companies to make sure they can control this risk before it happens. And that is a product which we have built in-house, and I think in coming quarters or years we would love to build certain products in-house. And there is two new products which is there in our pipeline, and we are very bullish about those two products which we are going to launch in coming quarters.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. That's Route-Mobile for you. Today, the stock is higher by nearly 7%, reacting, of course, to the numbers that have been put out, and, of course, the strong commentary that is coming in, the bullish commentary that is also coming in from the management. Thanks a lot for your time.